Death announcement. The death is announced of Aubrey Nathaniel Sears, known as Cobra, age 44 years, of number 9 Village, West Coast, Berbice, who died on Sunday, August 28, following an accident. He was the son of Hazel George Waldron and Nathaniel Sears, known as Hurry Up, stepson of Norma Sears, Winfield Waldron, and Clement Class, father of Antoine Sears, Ariana Sears, and Amaria Sears, brother of Edmund Sears, Annalisa Sears Harper, Lennox Sears, Audra Class, Vonda Class Grant, Veronica Class, Vernon Class, Vandicia Class, Vanita Class Caleb, Casimar Waldron, and Melissa Sears. Nephew of April Walls, Rinsford Davidson, Floyd George, Pauline George Pierce, Vashti Walters Spencer, Elizabeth Class, Winston Walters, Pam Class, Cicely Class, Sion George, George Vifus, Vernon Vifus, Annette Walters, Marlon Ridley, Nandi George, Gemma George, Janice George, Sharon George Alexander, Frederick Walls, Michael Pierce, Ural, Dorley, John, Aubrey, Pamela, and the late Anesta George, Colin George, Stennard George, and Leon, grandson of Vernon MacDonald, the late Isina George, and Olga Class, adopted brother of Alice McCurdy, Tyrone McCurdy, and Godwin McCurdy, reputed husband of Tricia McCurdy, uncle of Joanne Sears, Jonathan Sears, Edion Sears, Lavonia Grant, Lavonzi Grant, Lavonte Grant, Nadata Class, Milverna Class, Vanessa Class, Rolex Class, Kevin Class, Tanya Class, Tyrese Sears, Aliyah Harper, Aticia Harper, Danilo Sears, Mia Bell, Selena Henry, Deanna Carrington, Jaden Williams, Hannah Williamson, Samantha Scott, Anna Scott, Philip Scott, and Devin Williamson, brother-in-law of Dion Mickle Sears, Mark Harper, Sylvan Caleb, Lovell Grant, Andre Ned, and Davy Sears, cousin of Ron Davidson, Rhonda Davidson, Kevin Davidson, and others, Stayon George, Simone George and others, Latoya Walls, Kimberly George Hurley, Troy Dukram, Paula Jackman, Trishani and others, Hubbard George, Patrick McFarlane, Dennis McFarlane, Suman Lindy Brung, Royetta McFarlane, Veronica McFarlane, Nadine Brutus, Michelle Welcome and others, Anthony, O'Neill, Tasmane, Urette, Junior, Junie, Kendra, Owen, Basha, and many others too numerous to mention. Great-nephew of the late Stella George and Hagar McFarlane, special friend of John L. August, Mulder, and Joy, friend of Julius Nurse, Lucky, Ann Sue, the Benz, Desmond Weeks and family, Kenneth Bowman and family, the residents of Ithaca and Hopetown villages, and many others too numerous to mention. Relative of the Sears, Georges, Class, McDonald's, McFarlanes, Vifus, Walters, Davidsons, and many others too numerous to mention. The funeral of the late Aubrey Nathaniel Sears, known as Cobra, will take place on Saturday, September 10 at the People Christian Fellowship Church, number 7 Village, West Coast, Berbice at 14 hours, thence to the number 9 Village Cemetery, West Coast, Berbice for interment. COVID-19 protocols are in effect. DTV extends sympathy to the relatives and friends of the deceased.